Ready? We're almost live. We're live. If you're somebody who wants to level up in your career and become an inspiring coach or mentor or leader in your organization, I'm going to spend a little bit of time this morning on this live stream talking to you about some inspiring coaching principles. Before I do that, I want to just quickly tell you that we have just launched the Best Practice Business Coach Masterclass and Accreditation. So if you want to get accredited as a coach for inside your organization, you can check out the landing page. Now, we do have a special deal. We're looking for testimonials to help to build out this new product that we've just launched. So in exchange for a testimonial, I can do a 70% discount if you use the discount code COACH in our landing page. So Vanessa and the team are going to drop the coach in the coaching course landing page in the comments. The link will go into the comments. But what I'm going to do in this video is give you some stuff for free, some tips and tricks in terms of actually building yourself as a coach. And what I want you to do is implement what I'm talking about in this particular video. It's what we do, and we're well-versed and well-practiced in it here at Best Practice. Okay, my goal with this content this morning in this video is to make you a superstar. That's it. It's got nothing to do with me. It's not about me. This is about you. And this is about you being more influential and more successful and more ability to effectively change and influence the people in your organization. So there's that rhetorical question. Are you being effective? How effective are you being with the people around you? And that's our goal here. And it's about me making you a superstar in that process. So I'm going to get right to it. We need to think about transformation. So your success comes with your ability to transform the people that you're mentoring and coaching, the people that you're leading, the people that you're working with around you to be a real influencer. And your ability to internally influence, to get engagement and buy-in from the people around you, it comes from your ability to see and help people with their transformation. Some of the common comments that I get is it's really hard to get executive buy-in. It's really hard to get leadership's attention, the higher levels of management. It's hard to get their attention. It's hard to get buy-in. It's hard to get them to do what you need them to do to make your job move forward. I often get also that some people are really frustrating. I had a really interesting conversation last night about a guy that sold his business literally because he was sick of dealing with people and sick of dealing with the team members around him. And it's kind of the wrong mindset. Like, I love people and I love being around people. And that's kind of the first point. Well, that is the first point that I want to make with you this morning, is that for you to be effective, you've got to love people. You've got to love being around people, and you've got to love helping people transform and you've got to get your kicks out of seeing people grow and develop and evolve. If your mindset is that people are frustrating and I hate dealing with people, then either A, don't do any more of this and stop watching, or B, see what you can do to change that mindset. Like, and it's something to consider. Are all of the people around you frustrating? Like, all of them, absolutely all of them. Every single person that you can think of right now, they're absolutely frustrating. Well, then if your answer to that question is yes, then what's the common denominator? It's you, unfortunately. But if there are some people, you say, actually, well, not everybody's frustrating. It's just a few key people. But there's some great people. So the next question is, are there some great people around you? Do you work with some amazing people? Like, they're incredible. They over-deliver, they overachieve, they meet their KPIs. They're people that work beside you, below you, above you. They're incredible. Well, then the statement's not true that all people are frustrating or all people are a nightmare to deal with. So I want you to consider that, because that's a really good point. So let's start thinking about the transformation of people. We also then have to make a decision about the deployment of our energy. When we're thinking about deploying our energy and we're thinking about helping people, do people want to be helped? So we do need to do a little bit of work around, do people want to be helped? Don't just assume that they do. And I've spent a lot of my life giving unsolicited advice, and not getting permission to give people's advice. And so, give people advice. So I want you to think about that, because some people are just not physically coachable. And you do need to make the decision about who you seek to serve and your measures of success in doing that. You want to give yourself some recognition down the track of, well, when I've helped somebody, when I've coached somebody, when somebody has had transformation, what have they transformed from and to? And at what point in time do I acknowledge and you can then take pride in seeing that transformation? So yes, there's a transformation journey, but seeing the end result. It is an infinite game, so that person's going to keep improving, but a milestone, you can see a milestone has been achieved and transformation. And for any of you guys watching, ladies and gentlemen are watching, if you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. You see those milestones and those transformations of those children. And my son, I've got one son, he's 10. I'm starting to see some significant transformations in him most recently. He'll be 11 in February, which is quite exciting. We have got a dashboard running. So anyone watching on YouTube, let me know where you are watching from. It's always good to have people watching on YouTube and the YouTube channel. And also, if you're watching live on LinkedIn, we are broadcasting live on both those platforms. We're keeping the recording as well, and we will put that out on our podcast, Talking Business with Kobe Simmet. So go and check out your favorite podcast platform, and you can listen up. So if you want to re-listen to this while you're commuting, driving around, doing the housework, then you can listen to your favorite podcast platform and re-listen to this, because this is an episode that you really want to be listening to over and over again, because there's some good 101s with coaching. So asking yourself the question, who do you seek to serve? Are they coachable? And what does a measure of success look like? At what point in time can you stop and sit back and say, actually, I've got some pride around the results that I've achieved? Okay. So yeah, let me know where you are watching from. For those of you that are on the different platforms watching, if you're watching after the live stream, you're watching the recording, please still let me know where you are watching from in the comments, where you are in the world, because we do get quite a big global audience, which is really exciting. And it's good to see after recording. So YouTube or LinkedIn, please go ahead and do that. Okay, if you have got questions and you want some more assistance with this, then jump right in and ask those questions in the comments, and I'll go through and answer those. Okay, so we've identified somebody we want to help to transform. My goal is to make you the superstar here in terms of this process. So you've identified the person that you want to help transform. You've identified that, yes, they are coachable, and you can actually build a relationship. So the first starting point, the very first one-on-one, if you like, is setting up one-on-ones. And does that person trust you? Does that person trust you to give them some guidance and advice? Do they look to you to help them achieve high performance and success, or change, or they're happy to be influenced by you? So we've got to come at this, and I know this is tough. I'm going to give you a question you can ask. Like you can see, I'm going to give you a question you can ask in a moment, but we've got to be starting to think about how we, as that person, actually deploys empathy and deep curiosity. So empathy and deep curiosity are two really important things. And if you can sit with deep empathy and deep curiosity, then you're going to be more influential. If you sit there and your positioning is, I'm the smartest person here and they need to listen to me because I know what I'm talking about, then your body language is going to be projecting wrong, and people are going to walk away from you. So if you're finding that leadership, you're finding a struggle with engaging top management or engaging leadership or doing change, or you want to be more influential, then you kind of have to forget who is the smarter person, because it's not about you. It's about the transformation of the person that you're working with. It's actually got nothing to do with you. Yes, you've got a whole bunch of stuff going on in the back of your head, but it's actually about them. And it's about seeing the bridge that they've got to cross to get from where they are to where they want to be, or where they are where you want them to be, and that journey. So it kind of actually doesn't matter if you're the smartest person. In fact, no one likes to be told what to do. They like to be guided. And so your goal then is to guide them. And in fact, the secret sauce here is your goal is to make them the superstar. So how are they going to be super proud of their achievements? And your goal is to help them be proud of their achievements, help them have gratitude of what they've achieved, and help them feel positive about what they've achieved, and help them to move forward. So how can you do that? How can you help somebody have pride in what they've achieved? How can you help somebody have gratitude for what they've achieved? And how can you help someone be motivated to continue to do more of that great work that they're doing? So here's the question. Sitting with those people, either casually or formally, and saying, what's on your mind? It's a really simple question. It's crazy, right? But it's what's on your mind, and let them speak. And then the next question is, and what else is on your mind? And the basic fundamentals of this process, with all that kind of pre-work done on yourself, is to sit there, and then the next question is, and what else is on your mind? And in my experience over the last 10 years, by asking that question, or those series of 3 questions, and not saying anything, just letting them speak, you can then start to see that they are processing. And it's kind of talk therapy, if you like. But in terms of actually coaching improvement, the first thing that happens to be an influencer in your organization is the people that you're working with need to feel heard, and they will feel heard. And what you can do is summarize what they've said and say, okay, I understand that this is on your mind. Excellent. I understand that this is on your mind. That's great. And I understand that this is on your mind. 3 things. Typically most people get exhausted after the 3rd thing. Okay, of those 3 things, what's the most important to you right now that you want to solve or do something about? And again, let them speak, because they'll feel heard, and then they will be talking about what they're going to do about it. So, word of warning, it's at about that point that you're going to feel compelled to jump in and start giving advice. And this is what's called the advice trap. In the book, The Advice Trap, interestingly, by Michael Bungay Stanier, he talks about that. He says, you've got to be super careful. And that is the tipping point. That's the tipping point where you can actually make or break your ability to influence. And that's typically where people are falling into a really big trap, jumping in at that point and actually giving advice. So the most success that you can have in terms of being a superstar influence in your organization is avoid giving advice. Avoid giving advice at that point in time, and asking them the question, okay, so what are you thinking you might do about that? And you can see where the curiosity is starting to play out, and the empathy, because you're trying to understand, you're trying to be more curious with them. They're going to feel heard. And that's at that point you can listen and you can kind of map out, all right, I can see how that would work. Do you think anything might go wrong with that? What are you thinking? Are you thinking you might succeed? And that curiosity aspect can really have them start to actually map out and see if they can solve this challenge themselves. That's where you become a significant influencer. That's where you earn respect. Listening. It's through listening and letting them feel heard. Whether they're a senior leadership, whether they've got to obviously trust you to let these things out. But if you can do that, you can almost end the conversation there, because they've got a pathway to change based on what they've said is a challenge already mapped out for themselves. They've solved it themselves. The solution is their idea. You can then follow up. Now, down the track, as we grow the relationship with that person, you can then start, if there are specific things that you are requiring them to achieve, you can start threading them through the conversation. Because you say, okay, how'd you go sorting out that issue? Okay, what are we doing about this issue? What are we doing about this other thing? That's how we start to become more influential. So if we get really curious on the problem, and there's plenty more, we've built this best practice coaching masterclass, because a lot of the people that we've been working with over the last 20 years have been internal influencers in organizations. They've been people that are trying to affect change in risk management, business process improvement. They're trying to help companies increase revenue. They're trying to help companies minimize costs, trying to help companies be more attractive so that those companies can work, have a great buying experience, and a great profitable investment for the business. That's the kind of stuff we've been doing. And it's this questioning and these techniques that we've built into this masterclass. So this live stream, we want to kind of talk about that with you guys, and you to become the superstar. I want you guys to be recognized as the best practice coaches in your organization. That's my vision and mission, because it helps your organization be a great place to work. And I'm going to get my kicks out of having a little bit of influence over that. Okay, so good to have you guys with us today. Ashley, you're back. Good to have Ashley back on the live stream. So we're starting to get some momentum with our live streams now. So I want you guys to check out the Best Practice Coaching Masterclass. There's an optional accreditation where you will have a one-on-one interview with me and Sarah Long, our head of high performance here at Best Practice. And the two of us, so you can do the class, you can do the online course and learn how to be a better influencer and a better master business coach, best practice coach in your organization to help improve your organization. And then at the end, there's an option to actually sit and have a one-on-one interview where Sarah and I on a successful completion of that test and interview process, we'll issue you with a best practice accreditation as a coach, a best practice masterclass coach. So I'm really excited about this new great course and new great product. Check it out. If you want a 70% discount, I'm asking a favor. I'll give you the 70% discount. You can use the discount code COACH. But what I'm asking for is a testimonial. We have found that the more testimonials and the more shout outs we include on our website, then the more influenced people are to make that next step and that move in their career to sign up and do this great course. It is a really exciting course. It's got a huge amount of value in it. When you click the link, it'll take you to a landing page. There is information on the course, what's included in the course, and some basic information about it. There's a button there to purchase the course. It's an online course. When you press that purchase button, there's a section there to enter the discount code at the checkout. You can enter the discount code COACH. And then once you put in your payment, your credit card details or your PayPal details and make the payment, it will take you through and launch your library. So you'll get all of the details. So you can go through that payment process. And one of the things that's been really interesting to watch most recently is that a lot of people thinking about doing this course have said, oh, I've got to go get the approval of my boss to do the course. I think you need to reconsider that. And a bunch of people have been asking this question. This is about an investment in yourself and your career and your professional development. So my question to you is, why are you asking your boss to pay for the course? Why aren't you paying for it yourself? Why is it that your boss needs to invest in you and you not invest in you? Now, I'm not challenging you. I'd like to know the answer to that question. It's a great course. It adds a feature to you that you become a best practice coach. It's something that you will take with you in your career for the rest of your life. So you could invest in yourself. When you invest in yourself, and what I have seen is of the students, there's 16,500 students in our training academy now. Of the students that have paid for the courses themselves, they're more likely to progress through the course and get success. And I've seen them move up to higher positions in organizations and move on very quickly and accelerate through their career. So the people that pay for and invest in themselves are the ones that accelerate further. Now, you can still ask your boss to pay for it. Like, I get that. But when you've got skin in the game, you're more likely to succeed. So my success in my career, every single thing has been from me investing in myself and me paying for my courses and me getting a return on my investment. So the return you'll get on this investment is you'll be more engaged and more influential in your organization. But more importantly, it's going to set you up for the next step in your career to potentially more income. And when you do, if you do change jobs internally or change jobs externally, and you get an increase in income, I'd love to hear about that in the future. Now, that might take 6 to 12 months. That's totally up to you in terms of how quickly you want to move in your career. But I do want you to let me know because that's where I get my kicks, because you're growing, you're becoming more influential. Okay, so my goal with this course is to make you an absolute superstar in your organization. And your goal as a best practice coach is to make the people that you coach and mentor and lead and help to make changes the superstar. That's the secret. It's the quiet achiever. It's like the thankless task we do as coaches and parents and the people that sit behind the scenes. So go ahead and check out that course. It's absolutely fantastic. If you have got questions and you need them answered, I'm more than happy to answer them. A great place to contact me is with a direct message on LinkedIn. I do check my LinkedIn messages, or a direct message on Instagram. Lots of great content coming out from us here at Best Practice on my Instagram at Kobe Simmet. So jump on, if you're not following me already on Instagram, jump across and find me on Instagram. Some great content there. Or alternatively, I know there's some people watching live on LinkedIn. Jump on LinkedIn and have a watch there as well. Follow me both on those platforms because there's different kinds of content, lots of polls and lots of data coming out of LinkedIn at the moment. Really interesting insights. So go and have a look at some of the posts we've done over the last couple of weeks on LinkedIn, and you'll see some really interesting organizational behavior polling and some content there. And it's really interesting to see the results of some of those polls and collect that data. And equally, some of the motivating stuff that we're putting up on Instagram. Okay, we will publish the audio of this particular video on the Kobe Simmet audio experience. Thank you very much, Luke, for that. Talking Business with Kobe Simmet is the name of our podcast. We've recently relaunched it. And obviously, this has been a great video. So if there's anybody that you think needs to watch this video, anyone that you think could be a better change agent or is hoping to be an influential change agent in their organization, then this video is for them to help them with those tips and tricks. And more importantly, to go and check out that course. If you're considering the business coaching accreditation in your organization for a group of people, then we can obviously down the track look at group discounts. So the 70% discount using the discount code COACH is only going to be open for about another 3 days. We've almost met the quota for people that we need testimonials from. So I would encourage you to kind of do it before the weekend. Is important because we'll be switching it off. We're kind of almost at the point where we can switch it off, and then it will go to full price by the end of the week. So please, if you're thinking about taking advantage of the opportunity to do this course, then you want to jump in as quickly as possible and get the advantage of that. In exchange for the 70% discount, I'm asking for a testimonial. So I'll personally reach out to you and be asking you your thoughts on the course, and I'll be hoping to publish those comments. Well, I will be publishing those comments on our website. So I appreciate that. We're looking for feedback. It's version 1. It's complete. But if there are any suggested improvements, we will go ahead and make those, because this is going to be a product that we're going to be continuing to campaign for the rest of 2022, 2023. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, very much for joining us. I'm twisting my words today, so I'm a bit fatigued at the moment. So it's great to be back live streaming. It's great to be out of lockdown here in Sydney. It's great to have the team on board here at Best Practice. We're doing some great work. So I want to make you a superstar as a best practice coach, and I want you to be confident to implement the things we talk about here at Best Practice. That's what this is all about. Let me know how you go. I love hearing the stories of your successes. That's what this is all about. And if you do want to shout out on my Instagram, if you've had some success doing something and you want to shout out on my Instagram, tag me in a post. I'll share it to my Instagram story. And if you don't see me on Instagram or LinkedIn, you'll definitely see us right here next time on YouTube and live on LinkedIn at Best Practice TV. Bye for now.